Les Collins seeking to open his account in this race. His main opposition will come from the surprise package of the first series of races, Sean Moran and the two West Germans, 1979 champion Alice Wiesbach, and the man who took Speedway's world title just a fortnight before this event, Egon Müller from Kielin, northern Germany. The tapes go up, the riders go away, and it's Alice Wiesbach, 1979's Longtrack champion, into the lead. Sean Moran maintaining his form, tucking in behind him. Egon Müller's back, third or fourth, and Les Collins is at the back. Wiesbach goes, and Moran now being chased by Egon Müller. The West Germans very much the masters of long-track speedway. They've held exactly half the titles since the event was instituted in 1970, and Wiesbach and Müller have 4 titles between them. Müller seeking grip on the outside of the track as he chases Sean Moran. The young Americans had a checkered speedway career. He was once suspended for riding under an assumed name. He then bounced back from serious injury this season. This is his very first speedway event. Long-track speedway, taxing with the riders going down that back straight. Speeds approaching and even over 100 miles an hour. And he's riding with a leg that was broken just a month and a half ago, 7 weeks ago. He's still in second position for America, one of 2 Americans in the event this afternoon. But he's making absolutely no impression on the leader, Alice Wiesbach. He's gone right out of the picture at the front there. Sean Moran looks to have buttoned up second position. Egon Müller is not going to catch him round the last turn. And it's Alice Wiesbach of West Germany from Sean Moran, who rides for Sheffield Tigers in the British Speedway League, and Egon Müller, the pop star millionaire from West Germany. And Müller will have thoughts about that race. Wiesbach will be reasonably happy with getting 5 points to boost his total, and Sean Moran's second place gives him 9 points. There's a long track bike. You'll note the suspension and the very small rear sprocket. Belongs to Egon Müller. He's not looking like a pop star at the moment. He'll be worried about his form so far. In heat number 5, you can see the lineup. 2 Danes and the Czechoslovakian favourite of the home crowd, Yuri Stansel. There's Marcel Gebhardt, the only Swiss long-track finalist. And Stansel has lifted at the start, right on the inside. Yuri Stansel, pre-match favourite, at the back. He's got problems. No problems for Finn Jensen of Denmark. British speedway rider, had times with Birmingham and Leicester, but certainly one with a reputation even in Britain of going hot and cold. He's looking hot enough this afternoon. What a battle for second place. Hans Nielsen of Denmark makes it a Danish 1-2 with Australia's John Tittman, who rides for Hackney Hawks, in third position. Stansel's through in fourth position, switching again to the outside of the track. There seems to be more dirt out there. He's looking for drive, trying to go round Tittman, catching Tittman there. Right up the outside of Tittman, going very fast indeed. He's gone past Tittman, streamlining himself down the back straight. Nielsen still there, and Stansel was past both of them, past Hans Nielsen, past John Tittman, and right into second position, and back up onto the leaderboard. That's a good one. He's going to have to go some to catch Finn Jensen, however. Jensen in first position, and I think Nielsen hit trouble there. I think Nielsen's dropped out of it. Second position, Stansel. John Tittman still in third position, and the chase is on. Stansel's making up yardage, urged on by this crowd. 25,000, mainly Czechs and quite a lot of West Germans coming over the border, just 12 miles away to support their favourites, but it's a Dane. Finn Jensen in the lead from Yuri Stansel. Stansel's been involved in British Speedway at Coventry and Reading for a number of years, but over the line it's Finn Jensen who takes the 5 maximum points for the race win, and Stansel goes second, 4 points, gives him 9. He's level with Sean Moran. And let's see that overtake again. This is Stansel with the yellow helmet on the outside. John Tittman tucked in on the line. He's racing, but Stansel searching for drive out there, over 100 miles an hour. Round Tittman, he gets down first into the streamlining position for the straight, roaring past there. In front still Hans Nielsen. He thinks he's got everything sewn up, and Stansel just keeps the motor on right up the outside, past him and into second position. Thank you. Heat number 6, and Karl Mayer. He's the reigning long track champion, won the title in 1980, took it again last year. Here's the lineup. Simon Wigg, looking to be our best hope of getting on the roster in this race, jetting away, moving on to the inside line, and inside the German George Hack, and the two of them going down the straight. Simon Wigg and George Hack, Wiggy from Aylesbury, riding a British machine designed by former long track racer Don Godden, and it seems to have the power. It's inside George Hack, and Simon is going and gone. Thank you, Mr. Hack moved out of the way. Simon Wigg riding Speedway for Cradley Heath in the British League, his first year in British League, and he's into the World Long Track Championship, looking very nicely indeed. Second his last outing, and a win here could give him equal position at the end of this second series of races with Sean Moran and Yuri Stansel. The battle going on now for second position. Alice Drummel's joined that battle, and reigning champion Klaus Meyer's not forgetting about the business either. He's in fourth position, snapping up their heels. That's George Hack, he's second from West Germany. Alice Drummel's in third position, moving out there, and here comes Klaus Meyer. He knows he wants these points. Down the straight, Meyer on the inside of Germany, the Czechoslovakian Drummel on the outside. Keeping the throttle on, a vital few yards extra into the turn, and back into third position. Simon Wigg still waving the Union Jack. He's leading across the line. Simon Wigg, a good win for the boy from Aylesbury. Second is George Hack. Third man across the line, Alice Drummel, raising whole hopes yet again. But a good one for Simon Wigg. He's now level with Moran and Stansel at this stage. Referee Torrey Kittleson, Mr. Controversy last year in Los Angeles. There's Simon Wigg, not so happy now. A poor fourth place in his third ride has squandered his chances. He was the leader. Now he's got to do it all in this semi-final. There's Michael Lee. He's reserved for this meeting, not called upon to ride, thanks to Sean Moran making that recovery and throwing away his crutches. The first semi-final saw Finn Jensen of Denmark and the Germans Karl Meyer and Alice Wiesbach qualify for an extra ride in the final. Now we see the second semi-final with Sean Moran and Yuri Stansel lining up as the two favourites for this meeting. There's young Sean, 21 years of age, the youngest long track finalist this afternoon. Here's the lineup. Simon Wigg, of course, starting from the outside grid position. If he makes the start, he's got a long way to get across in front of the field before he hits the inside line round that first turn. All important. Hans Nielsen of Denmark, not now looking after his earlier engine failure to be a force to be reckoned with this afternoon. Ivan Major on the inside line. The crafty old warhorse can still produce the worries for the other competitors just by being there. And the two Czechs, Drummel and Stansel, centre field. Moran, Major, Drummel, Stansel, Wigg, and from the starting gate it's Moran moving off the third starting position in the white helmet round the outside of Major. Major goes across the rest of the field, and that's not good for the rest of the field, and very good news for Sean Moran, who opens up a tremendous lead in the first lap. This is very good news for America, not such good news for Czechoslovakia, because Yuri Stansel's at the back. He's coming through now into fourth position, but that's a long way back, and this has opened up an important points lead at this stage for Sean Moran if he keeps going. Alice Drummel's tucked in there in second position for Czechoslovakia, and the mighty Major still going strong out there in third position round the outside, and he's keeping Stansel back in fourth position. Drummel looks set in second position now, Major in third, and you can see Stansel in fourth position, Moran at the front. Going very well indeed, incredibly well, when we remember how recently he was hospitalised with a broken thigh bone. August the 7th at Hackney Speedway, guesting for Eastbourne, and this is his first race meeting since. He's certainly making it a good one. Stansel through on the inside of Major. Major coming back and fighting back. He's got the drive. He's still back in third position and moving up on Drummel into the last turn now. Drummel is second. You can see him there. Major is third and round the outside, going for broke. 44 years of age next month and riding like a teenager, and he's squeezed through. He's in. Major second, Drummel third, and Stansel back and forth. Bad news for the Czechoslovakians and bad news for the home crowd, but good news for that man Sean Moran. And the last race of the afternoon, the sixth highest scorers in this final race, but Sean Moran riding number 3, knows that he needs only to finish 4th or better to become America's first long-track World Speedway champion. Finn Jensen, second highest scorer at this stage, again from the outside starting gate that proved the downfall of Simon Wigg. Moran, another excellent gate, but Stansel in the yellow leathers from gate 5 on the outside goes through. The crowd roar their appreciation of the home track man getting into the lead. Sean Moran says, I'm okay, I'm in second position, that's good enough. He can afford to be 4th and still take the title. He can afford to be 5th if Finn Jensen's behind him. And he is at present. They're all behind him except Yuri Stansel. Here comes Stansel, 1 lap gone of 3, 1,000 metres the lap, almost 2 miles for a race. Moran still sitting pretty in second position. Karl Meyer, last year's world champion, is 3rd and pressing. Moran sitting there, all the weight in long track speedway taken on the right leg, the one that stays on the footrest. The left leg just skims the surface of the track, acts as balance, and Moran is able to avoid too much strain on his injured left leg. Stansel, no strain at all, well in front now. Moran still in second position across the yellow flag into the last lap. Meyer pressing on the inside, pressing through on the inside. Meyer into second position. Moran says, that's okay, I'll move out your way. I'm okay, I'm going to be long track world champion in half a lap's time. All I need to do is keep that bike going. Moran and Meyer both riding British-made Godden machines, and only the Czechs in this final race on the Czechoslovakian Jawas. Here comes one of them. It's Yuri Stansel. He wins the race. He's second overall in points. Karl Meyer, second in the race. He'll finish 3rd in the meeting, but the man we have to congratulate, America's first long-track World Speedway champion, is 21-year-old Sean Moran. In August, he broke his thigh. You can see it, look at that. He's still limping, favouring that leg as he gets up onto the rostrum to collect the winning honours, the laurel wreath to the winner, Sean Moran. He's 21 years of age, and today the world is his oyster.
Yes, congratulations to Sean Moran, and let's just confirm those standings. Sean had 22 points, Stansel, despite that final win, only 20, and Karl Meyer with 18. And somewhat disappointingly, after such a bright start, young Simon Wigg could only finish with in 9th place with 11 points, all accumulated in the first 3 rounds. I have a bit of bad news about Egon Müller, the world short track champion, involved in an accident on the German Autobahn yesterday. He rode off his Porsche, ended up in hospital with leg injuries, and he could be out of action for some time.